Oh, recording started. I see that.
Okay, and then how do I go live? Oh, here, we are live because the live button is on
Oh,
here.
I see live up there now. All
Okay,
right.
all right, let me introduce everyone. Hey, everybody, good evening, and welcome to Empowering Female Entrepreneur. Actually, it's called Empowering All of Us Women to Optimize Ourselves and the people around us. I have a very special guest tonight. Thank you all for joining this evening. We had some technical difficulties and we are live now. So welcome, welcome. My name is Virginia Llanos and I am your host for this evening. And I want to thank each and every one of you for joining me tonight, along with our very special speaker and spotlight feature, Miss Allie Marsh. And before I introduce her, I just wanted to, thank each and every one of you tonight for joining in. And I have very great information to share with you that will help catapult your business and whatever businesses that you are doing so that you can streamline your services and products to your customers or your prospects. Okay, so without further ado, I want to introduce this very special guest that I've learned about. She keeps popping up on my feed and resonating with what I need. I'm pretty sure some of you people out there, some of you business women, entrepreneurs may need her services. So I just wanted to go ahead and feature her here because I believe that what she has to offer can be very much useful to us in our own businesses. So without further ado, I want to introduce Miss Allie Marsh, who is from Ontario, Canada. And she used to be an event manager for like 10 years, and she recently became a digital product creator. And I'll have her explain more of what that means and what that entails. So she lives in Canada. She has a great time there in the what she loves to do is yoga, running. She loves to run.
Yeah.
And she also loves cars and chocolate.
Yeah. Who doesn't love chocolate?
Yeah, who doesn't love chocolate, right?
Yeah.
So what she loves to do is provide time-saving products to streamline our own services to ourselves. And she believes in efficiency and solutions that can help our target audience. So planning our life in a short period of time, will help our business move forward. So without further ado, I want to introduce this amazing woman entrepreneur that can help us with our own services. Let's give a warm welcome to Allie.
Hi. Hello from Canada.
Hello.
Hi.
So tell us a little bit more about how you came into the business and so forth.
Sure. So I've been an event manager, self-employed as a contractor for about 10 years, and I did all automotive events. So auto shows, I managed an automotive association for many years, traveled all across Canada and into the States, planning, private ride and drive events for manufacturers, that sort of thing. And then 2020 hit and I had to cancel 3 events for my clients this year. And so, so it was quite a windfall, but we did it. And then I decided, got to thinking, how can I help people while we're all at home, right? While we're all in isolation and in lockdown, how can I utilize my skills to try and help everybody else? There was a lot of confusion and I could see just a lot of panic. I don't want to use the word panic, but there was a lot of stress, undue stress put on people. So I created a day planner, like a 1-page day planner where you could plan out your day. It had space for every hour of the day, space for your top priorities. And that escalated to a weekly planner. So now you could plan out your week, right, with all 7 days and your priorities for the week. Then I created a monthly planner, like a calendar type monthly planner. And then I thought, well, I'm going to put these together, bundle them, and I started selling them on Etsy. And then it grew from there. So I actually thought more about at home. What are people doing now at home? What kind of organization and structure do people need at home? So then I got into meal planners. I would create like a meal planner to plan your dinners for the week, a chore chart I did, even a budget template, things like that. And as the summer went on and we were told kids could go back to school, I then created a lunchbox planner, like a weekly lunchbox planner, so you could plan out your kids' lunches.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then a lot of parents here could choose to homeschool their kids. They didn't actually have to send them back to school. So I created a weekly homeschool planner, right? So you could work out, your kids' schedule and stuff, just to try and help people be more organized, right, and not feel so stressed. So that was all in the works, and very, very successful. I've had lots of interest from it all, so that's really good. And then the last month, probably in August, I thought I'm going to turn these into a course. I'm going to start teaching people how to use these planners. And that came about because I had a client who was asking me to help with social media. And so I actually created a weekly social media content planner because, to be honest, I can't stand social media. It just takes so much time. And I wanted something to be more efficient, and I just wanted it to be structured and outlined. And so I created a weekly social media content planner, and that's been the biggest hit of all of my planners. So that's going to be my first course, which I'm actually launching November 2nd. It'll open up on November 2nd. So.
Oh, great. And yes, how long that was going to be and the cost?
The course?
Yeah, the cost.
The course will be, you'll learn on your own time. So the doors will open and there'll be a video. There's going to be 5 or 6 videos in there. So the total length will be an hour. Okay. And then, but you'll get 8 pages of social media content planner for 8 different social media platforms. And then there's access to a private Facebook group. And then I've got about 4 or 5 bonuses that will sort of touch on, how to utilize hashtags, how to utilize storage for photos. And if we talk about the social media content planner, I'll explain that. But how to use this planner, what time of day is the best time to post, how to utilize your statistics from social media, like all that sort of stuff. So I think the price is probably going to be $97. I'm a little bit haven't
pretty affordable. That's great.
So there's lots of value in it. There'll be lots of value in it and lots of content. So.
Wow, amazing. And can we rotate whatever that's in that, whatever we're planning to post for that particular?
Yeah. Oh, yes. Yeah, for sure. It's just a weekly planner, and you would just sort of copy that template for week over week. And then of course you can reuse content. So if you've got something in there for Monday, you could copy that over to the following week. Right. And I do talk about the importance of having themes for each day of your social media as well, right? So it's very important for consistency for your followers and for the people who want to see what you have to say or see what you're posting, that you do something consistently day over day, right? So
right. Now, in social media, it's like similar to like a regular brick and mortar in a way. And you treat it like a business. Yes. But now they utilize virtual assistants. Yes. And so I was thinking, whatever you're doing, your particular program, the people who do hire VAs, they can utilize your program and incorporate it within whoever they're servicing.
Exactly.
Correct?
Yeah,
right?
That's right. Yeah.
Right.
We could use it. We could use it too as entrepreneurs if you can't quite reach having a VA, for sure. And then of course VAs, even social media, like what would you call them, like a social media manager, those kinds of people, they probably have something very similar that they already use, right? Like I would think. Just streamline it, structure it. And if you're a VA and you have many clients who want social media help, you would have one for each, I would think. I think that would be really efficient. That's a good,
Yes.
Good thought.
I know that there are a lot of business people out there, whether online, whether it's network marketing, MLM, or affiliate marketing. And if they're doing like multiple streams of income, maybe not one VA might not be enough to do.
That's right.
I'm thinking if we can utilize your program, and if people want to save money also, budget, they can try to do it on their own using that.
Yeah,
but if it's overwhelming, then they can definitely like spread their wings have a budget to do so.
Yeah. You're right.
We have to outsource sometimes, and we have to delegate because you know there's only 24 hours in a day.
Right. And that's really where I was getting at with the planners, with all of the planners, right? Is if you plan your day out and structure it, then you can take more time to do the things that you can do like for your business or in your business, right? You can be more of your skill set and trying to wear all of the hats to be everything, right? Like you can't be the accountant, you can't be the social media manager, you can't be, you know, all of that. So that's
so
the
true.
behind it.
So true. So this is why I wanted to bring you out, because I know there's so many, like a plethora of services out there, and there are like 7 billion people in the world.
That many?
We have 2 billion people on Facebook, and you know we can just tap into like a percentage of that. Whoever's in business, and there's so many people that like are very talented in certain areas. I mean, they have different. You know, not one VA does the same thing.
No, that's right.
And so it's just a matter of us business women or entrepreneurs to kind of like interview and interact with who will resonate with their services.
That's right. And keep reaching, right? Keep reaching. Reach out for more people. And
we have to work smart, and you know, not you know, just shooting it out of the wind. You have to think about it, and you have to write it down, and like, where is your money going to go to the best of your hard-earned money? You want to optimize it.
And that takes us right back to planning, right? You have to think with intention of what you're doing, right? And then and structure it and decide, right? Plan what is important and what's not. You know, prioritize.
Yes. I mean, I can remember when I was in high school. I'm pretty much like I don't know if you can say OCD or type A or whatever. I don't think that I was that extreme, but I know that I developed a system for myself. Like I'm a checklist kind of girl.
I get it.
Like high school to like nursing school to now, I still have my notebook. Like checkbox at the side.
I have 3 notebooks over here with notes. For sort of 3 different.
I got orange, I got blue. And then I just make it what works for me, right?
That's right.
And you know, I got this from a Staples. It was like $1 each.
I know it does. You don't have to spend a lot of money, right?
But if you have like a system that's already nice and pretty and like like we can purchase. Oh, I love that. You know.
Well, that
I already purchased from you.
That's true. The course is the first one that I've put on. So that's going to be the how-to, and it's to use the social media content planner specifically. So I haven't branched out into the other ones. That's just the first one I did, thinking that would be the most popular for right now. I was getting the most interest from that. So the next one I am hoping to do will be meal planning, and I'd like to sort of help people meal planning, and I'd like to launch that, or at least be advertising it for January, right, for the new year, with all of people setting all their goals and stuff, right, for the new year. So that's the next idea, is to, because you can save money with meal planning and you can save time.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So I think that's a good one. That's a good one to do too.
I do a lot of my my posts. It's all like on Fridays. It's my fitness Fridays or my meal planning Friday, and I just like put it out to my audience to kind of like how to meal prep. And having your services like in writing would be great too.
I have a great challenge, a free 5-day planning challenge where I teach people to meal plan, and it's three easy steps over 5 days. You get the meal planners for free, and I walk you through steps to how to meal plan. So it doesn't include meals. It's just figuring out what's in your fridge, what's in your pantry, what's in your freezer, write down what you have, then create your meals for 7 days. And I include breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So write down what you're going to have for each of those meals. And then any of the ingredients or the products you're missing to have those 3 meals for the next 7 days. Then you go to the grocery store, and I show ways that you can actually save money when you go to the grocery store, and why it makes sense to go to the grocery store with a list, right? Because if you go without a list, you're just buying stuff. You don't know, right? So so that's great. I can share the link to that for you if you want. Yeah.
Please share that link. I would love
Yeah.
to share it with our audience today.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, awesome. For sure. So, yeah. So, would you like to share your PowerPoint?
Sure. Yeah. Do we want to get into the?
Yeah. Oh,
or do you have questions?
There you go. Share screen. You ready?
I'm ready. Yeah.
Okay. Share screen.
I think I have to share my screen too.
So, ladies and gentlemen, Allie's going to share a PowerPoint with us that is going to give us some value. So, do you already have it?
It's coming up, yeah, as soon as I hit the button, yeah?
Oh.
Okay, let's make sure. Can you see my screen?
Oh, let me add it. Yes, okay. I can. Oh, it's beautiful.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
So as we were saying earlier, Events by Allie, there you can see the logo on the right, actually became EBA planners, and EBA is literally just E for Events by Allie, right? EBA planners, and that was what I called my Etsy store, was EBA planners, and that was where I started selling my printables, and then I moved into the course. So the course name is going to be Planning Your Life Plus Business in 10 minutes a day or less. So I just showed some great techniques for doing it in 10 minutes a day. So we'll just go over this quickly because I already talked about it. I was an event manager for 10 years in the automotive world. And then I started to create these digital products for EBA planners, pivoting, and I had an Etsy store. And now I've moved them onto my website as well. And then Simply Planned will be a series of online digital courses where I'm going to teach people how to use the planners that I've created. So here I've just got some photos of some work I did at the auto show a few years ago, just for interest's sake. So lots of fun. I got to travel a lot and really liked it. So, and then here I've got just some sample pictures of the planners. So over here on the left, you've got the weekly homeschool planner, which I mentioned for back to school, weekly lunchbox planner to help plan your kids' lunches. And then this here is the example of like a full day planner. This was the very first one actually that I created to plan out your day sort of hour by hour, with a space here to make some notes, and then somewhere where you would put your top 3 goals for the day or the top 3 things you wanted to accomplish. And then I've got a sample weekly plan over here where you can plan out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and the rest of the week. This was a sample calendar planner that I made, and then this was a different style of just a weekly planner that I made. So these are all for sale on my shop at alliemarsh.com/shop there, and I have provided a promo code too for your group, so you can share that with them. Yeah. Okay, so why should we plan? Well, as we talked about it, to save time. So if you know what tasks you need to complete throughout the day, you have structure set out for you, and it will just cut back your time so fast. And then why should we plan? To set direction and priorities. So we mentioned this too, that when you have a list of tasks to do, you can actually pick out and decide which ones are top priorities and which ones aren't. Like maybe you can get a couple of them done another day. They're not sort of dire needs that need to get done today. To simplify decision making. So once you have everything down on a piece of paper or in your planner, knowing that you need to get these things done, it's out of your head. It's sort of a weight off your shoulders, right? It's all there in front of you, and now the decision is done, right? These are the things you have to get done. You just need to decide when and how, essentially. It details the exact route to take. So this one, I like to throw this in here because I'm a car girl. I take lots of road trips. And so if you think back to when we would go on a road trip and you would need a map, right? Like you need to actually detail your exact route to take. Where are you going to stop for gas and where are you going to stop for bathrooms and stuff? Now, it's not quite a paper map. I think everybody probably uses their phone, but it's the same thing with planning, right? If you've planned out what you have to do for the day, you've planned out what you have to do for the week, and even if you get into the month, planning what you have to do for the month, now you know where you're going every day, every week, and every month, right? So again, that's a big stress reliever. You can relieve a lot of tension because now you know, you're not sort of guessing as you go. It also helps you to identify what's important. Again, if you've got your list of tasks to do, you can say, hey, this one's just not important today. I need to do this, or, whatever it is, taxes are due, or I've got to do my accounting because it's the end of the month. I better get that done over, a social media post or something. Why should we plan? Because it puts you back in control. It gives you a list of the things you have to do. Now you know your next step. Now you know what's there in front of you. It puts you back in control instead of things coming at you and you not being able to handle or be able to do it, right? You've set out what you want to do. And so things just don't sort of land on your plate, if you know what I mean.
Right, right.
Why we should plan to maintain balance. I think it's very important for us to set those intentions. Like we were mentioning before, right? You set an intention that this is what you're going to accomplish. You're sort of putting it out in the world. And so then the world will help you and help you accomplish it, if that makes sense. So there's a balance there, right? There's a yin and yang. Yeah. I feel like if you're not and you're just sort of flying by the seat of your pants, then everything's off, right? It just feels more stressful, right? It just feels like you can't get anything done, that sort of thing. Yeah. And then lastly is purpose. It gives us purpose. You now get up in the morning knowing you've got a plan for the day of what to do. So you want to get up and get started and get working, right? It gives you sort of a confidence boost as well. Yeah. And it's a very simple thing to do to make you just feel like you have a purpose. And then, of course, this great quote here, every minute you spend planning saves 10 minutes in execution, which is so true in an event, like a physical in-person event standpoint. If you ever didn't plan something, then you knew it was going to, it would cause a problem at the actual event and it would cost you time, which you never seem to have enough of when you're on an event. So, yeah. All right, so how do you get started? I've got some simple tips here for you to get started. If you're just starting completely from scratch and you just want to find things in your house that you can get started with, just pull out a notebook if you have that, even just a plain piece of paper, a notepad of paper or a journal. I like to suggest sticky notes. I love using sticky notes. If you've got a sticky notepad, use that and grab a pen and just start writing down. Spend 5 minutes or 10 minutes with a glass of wine or your cup of coffee in the morning and just write out what you have to do or everything that is in your head that you want to get out onto that piece of paper. It could be, like I've written down here, it could be goals if you have long-term goals, short-term goals. It could be tasks that you want to get done that day. It could even be groceries because you don't want to forget a grocery next time you go to the store. Just sort of write it all down on your paper or your notepad and do that every day for a week. So set yourself up, just give yourself sort of 5 minutes or 10 minutes every day and just start doing that, writing everything down. Once you've done all of that and you want to sort of take it to the next level, like once you get used to doing that, then find a way to sort each of those sticky notes or all of the tasks that you wrote down. So I've just put some suggestions here. I like to sort them by life. So that could be all of your home life stuff, right? So do you have dentist appointments or doctor's appointments or groceries? Does your car need an oil change? Things like that would go in sort of the life pile. Then I would have a business pile. So that could be everything that you need to do for your business, right? Social media posts, like we talked before about the accountant, or it could be you need to send an email to your email list or things like that. And then I would have a separate pile for your short-term goals and then another pile for your long-term goals. And then once you've got those sorted and you feel pretty good about how they're divided up, I would then move to a notebook or a planner for each, or a planner that you can combine them all into one with like under certain categories, right? So I have 3 notebooks over here, and then I have a physical day planner book that I use. And each of the notebooks is for different topics or different areas. And then in the planner, that's where I take from each journal and write down the things that need to get done for that day. And then I'll go on to that week or that month. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yes.
Perfect. Yeah. Okay. And then lastly, sticking to it. So how do we stick to planning, right? Because it's going to take, at first it is going to feel like it's taking more time, but once you actually get down to it and make it a habit, for example, as long as you are doing this every day for your 5 or 10 minutes, and 21 days, it becomes a habit, right? So just keep doing it repetitively day after day. And you just need 5 minutes to get started. Maybe you can even do it in 2 minutes, right? Maybe one day you'll have a day where there's not really much up there in your head. And so 2 minutes is all you need. Maybe you need 10 minutes another day, but just make it a habit. Just set that time up for yourself to do it. And then this one I like to say too is if you don't even have paper or you don't have a journal, start using your phone. Like we carry our phones around with us everywhere, and your calendar in there can work really well if you want to slot time reminders or tasks into your calendar. I do that too with my phone. If I'm out somewhere, I'll write in it, I've got to remember this, and just set it as a reminder in my calendar. And then I think most phones, I have an iPhone, but I think all the other ones have a notes section as well. So you can start making your notes in the notes section for things that you think of. If you don't have your pad or your notepad or your journal. And then I want to stress here that don't stress about it, right? Like you're just trying to set up a new structure. You're trying to start a new habit. You're trying to change the way that you've sort of thought about something, but don't stress about it. You have to find the way that works for you, right? So you've got you mentioned before about your different colored planners, right? If you like different colors, then set yourself up with different colored planners, right? If you just want to do it one page at a time, a daily 1-page planner, then do that. And if it doesn't work, then just find a different way. Try something different that will work for you. And then also to stick to it, prioritize, make it a priority. If you really want to build structure, time saving, and organization, then you have to make it a priority. It's not going to happen on its own, right? You have to find a way to set yourself up to succeed at this planning portion. It's not going to happen on its own, right? So prioritizing it is key. And then also don't procrastinate. Don't keep putting this off, saying you'll do it tomorrow, you'll do it tomorrow, you'll do it next week. You need to start now, because the sooner you start, the easier it will get, right? You've got to take action now. Otherwise, you're not going to get moving forward. Take small steps now and keep building and building. So definitely don't procrastinate. And then schedule it. That's another good way to stick to it. So in your calendar, block off 15 minutes to do your planning every day at a time that works for you. If it's in the morning or at nighttime, planning for the next day, schedule it. They say if you don't schedule it, if it's not on your calendar, it won't happen.
Yeah.
It's so true, right? Like if I don't put something on my calendar, it's gone. It's just, you get taken away by the day. Even I get taken away by the day sometimes, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I schedule my workout in my calendar. I schedule, meditation time. I schedule yoga, all of that. And then the other reason why this works good is for those of us that do have team members or a VA or other people who have access to our calendars or who are scheduling things for us, they know they can't book anything for you during that time, right? So you're opening up that spot for you to benefit, essentially, right? You're starting a new habit for you. It's in the calendar and it's going to happen. Nobody else can take that away from you, right? If you've scheduled it. And then deadlines. So setting a deadline for planning is a really good idea as well. Some people work better that way with sort of the stress or knowing that a deadline is looming, right? So that they need to get something done by a certain date. I find this works really well when you're talking about long-term goals, even short-term goals, right? If you're thinking about, say you need to save $1,000 by December 31st, right? So now you've got a deadline to have $1,000 in your savings account by December 31st. So work backwards. What do you have to do every week from now until December 31st to get to that, right? And so what's that? Say it's $100 a week. You need to save up $100 a week from now until December 31st to make sure you meet that deadline, right? So then break it back even further. How much is that per week, right? What do you need to put into your savings account every day to equal your $100 a week, right? So what's that? I don't know what that is. I can't do the math, but it's 70 to
reverse engineering, they call it.
Yeah, that's right. Just working backwards, right? So setting deadlines will work really well too. So those are the examples or the tips I have to get people starting planning right away, right? That's something that people can take away right away and get started with.
I love it. Awesome. Great tips. I love it.
And then the rest of my presentation will continue on about the course. So do you want me to continue?
Yeah, just briefly.
Yeah. So Simply Planned, that's going to be a series of online digital courses that will offer a video portion, which will be usually about an hour long, a downloadable PDF to work through during the course, and then access to a private Facebook group. Like we spoke about before, the first course will be the social media content planning that opens to the public November 2nd. And then I'm thinking the next one for the new year will probably be meal planning, but they're going to be sort of on the same basis. Each one will be about an hour video length. They'll get a free PDF with it, the Facebook group, and then lots of other tips and best practices and things like that. So, and then the social media content planning course specifically, I've got 5 or 6 videos. It's going to be, there's an 8-page template for 8 different social media platforms. And then I've got a private Facebook group. And then the 5 W's is actually what would I call it? Like a sequence of a strategy really that I used in my event planning days. So of getting people to work through the where, when, why, what, and how of social media, and it works really well actually. So that's pretty good. And then of course I'll share more best practices like we were talking about earlier with the social media content planning. So lots of little tips and tricks in there to share. And so I've got here
content, Allie.
Sorry.
Do you create content?
For myself, I do, but no, this is just a course about how to plan it. I'm certainly not a content creator, no.
All right. And then I have another question.
Sure.
When you talk about 8 different streams of media platforms, what are those 8 media platforms, like Twitter?
Correct. Yeah. So there's Pinterest, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, blog posts is on there, LinkedIn, and there's one more I'm forgetting, but there's 8 different ones. Yeah.
The Instagram,
Twitter, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, LinkedIn, a blog post, and one other one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay.
Yeah, there's one more I can't remember. This screenshot here is a breakdown of one of my social media content planners. So I've just copied it from the planner, and so this is something I talk about in the course where it's important to create a theme for every day of the week. Insights. It's very important to find the best time of day to share your content. And then hashtags, how to utilize hashtags, how to find them, why it's important, that sort of thing. And then I share the tip about links for photos. So I don't know if you can see there, but I've got Dropbox links for all my photos. So again, this is a really good tip. If you're working with a team, you can make this document shareable. And then whoever your VA is or whoever's managing your social media, they just click on that link and it takes them right to the photo. They're not actually searching for a photo, right? So everything's clickable, everything's fast, and they know exactly where to go to find it. And then each of the planners has a section at the bottom to track your statistics. So things like likes, comments, follows, shares, all of that. It's different for each social media platform, but it's important. And I talk about this in the course too, that it's important to track your statistics because you want to know what's working and what's not.
Yes.
Yeah. You don't want to keep posting something that's not getting you the exposure you want, right? So you want to know that. And I suggest that you update that every week so you can have a look at it every week and decide whether something's working or not. So
yes. Awesome.
So
yeah.
So here, this is the free 5-day planning challenge that I was mentioning to you about the frog there on the right. That's carrying way too much stuff. Yeah, that's one that helps with meal planning. So that's the free 5-day challenge. I'll share the link for that with you. And then I have the social media content planner with the 8 different platforms. I have that as a freebie if you opt into my newsletter sign up. So
this is terrific.
So I can share that with you too if you want one.
Yes, I would. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much. This is just so much value.
Yeah. Well, that's good, then. I'm gonna just get out.
Yeah. So you're gonna stop sharing. Yeah. All right. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you folks found value in that, and I hope you will take advantage of what Allie has to offer. She's got a 5-day challenge that you can opt into it if you. And she's got a lot of free bonuses that she's also offering if you go ahead and opt into her newsletter. So,
and don't forget the promo code too.
So I'll go ahead and put it down into the comments when I post this, or when this is live, I'll post it on the comments section. And, if you wanted to share anything else with the audience, Allie?
I think we've covered all, unless you want to go through the questions that you had, but
No, I think you covered most of the questions, and
Oh, good. Oh,
very,
great. Okay.
very thorough. And
That's so efficient. We're so efficient, right?
you did it so wonderfully.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, I just can't thank you enough for being with us tonight, because I know your services is going to touch a lot of people's lives, and it'll help us streamline our hours in the day, and
right.
whatever, and it'll allow us to reach out to more people, to draw them into our particular niche and our services or our products. So
That's right.
really
Yeah.
thank you so much for your expertise, and
You're very welcome.
for you for actually putting it all together. You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
for all of us.
Yeah.
And just, everything in one-stop shop.
That's right. Oh, yeah, that's right. But that's all about planning and being efficient, right? Like, that's totally me. Like, just get it, sorted out, structure, efficiency, and let's, get it to people.
Yeah, let's crush it. Yeah.
That's right. Yeah, let's crush it. Yeah.
Yeah, it seemed like we had last week, our feature spotlight was Katie Alstrom, and she talked about budgeting and streamlining how we budget things. So utilizing that in our business, within our businesses, will definitely bring us a step forward in whatever our mission and our vision is all about. And then in addition, now we have your particular, in our corner that, we need to establish.
Right, yeah.
To catapult ourselves in the next step. So
that's right. Yeah. Oh, that's great. What a good combination.
Yeah. And so next week, I believe I'm going to have somebody. It's people that I feel is going to be valuable for our audience. I'm pulling them out to come on and share with our audience, so that we can, really be a tight niche community where we can be like powerhouse women.
Yes, yeah, that's the name of the group, right? Empowering female entrepreneurs. So
exactly.
Yeah, good for you. Well, that's great.
Yeah. So thank you so much for your time. And what time is it there now? Almost 10, right?
10, yes, 10 to 10.
Yeah.
It's time for bed. Time for bed. Yeah, time for bed.
Yeah, so thank you, and I'll definitely save this recording, and I'll give you a recording of it as well. So,
that'd be great.
Yeah,
yes,
ladies and gentlemen, yeah. Any last words? Yeah.
No, thank you so much, though. I appreciate it. I'd like the recording. That'd be great.
Okay, great. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning in, and I hope you folks had a great information session here with Allie Marsh, who is a digital creator and managing planner creation for all of us. So without further ado, I want to bid you all a good night and a happy Women Wisdom Wednesday, and we'll see you tomorrow. Have a great evening. God bless you.